considering bungee jumping in India but are unsure of what safety standards to expect, keep on watching. Hi, I'm Niharika Nigam. I've bungee jumped a total of 14 times so far and interacted with several international jump masters who are currently operating bungee jumps from around the world. From New Zealand, the country to have popularized this sport, to Greece, to Switzerland, and now to the Indian jump masters that we at Jumpin' Heights have cultivated over the last decade, I'm bringing to you the absolute best industry practices when it comes to the business of bungee, so that you know what you should be getting out of your money and experience. I'm going to divide this video into two parts. One is the organizational practices for all of you adventure nerds out there who want to educate yourselves, and for you to know what are the right questions to ask your operators wherever in the world you are deciding to bungee jump. And two, the jumper requirements. Everything you need to do to be absolutely safe. I hope to make this the most comprehensive video on everything related to bungee safety. But if you have any further questions related to the experience, please drop them in the comments below and I will definitely address it. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. The number one aspect that I'd like to address in the organizational practices is your environment. The most important mindset that I want you to feel entitled to, regardless of where in the world you decide to sign up for an adventure, is this: danger should never equal thrill. I'll say that again. Danger should never equal thrill. If you're not made to feel entirely safe by the crew, by the facility, by the equipments, by the quality and the practices, you'd rather back off. It is the job of every adventure operator to make their customers feel very safe. That is as much a part of the tangible experience as the activity itself. Trust your own gut, and please remember that regardless of how movies glamorize these high-risk activities, you're never testing fate, only yourself. Number two is the cords. You may not know this, but the rubber cords that you see people jumping with, that has a shelf life. Few bungee operators in the world source ready-made cords. Most bungee facilities source the rubber and make the cords in-house. This is what we do at Jumpin' Heights. This requires the jump master's expertise, which is what makes that the signature recipe of every bungee facility. The length of the cords, the weight categories, how the cords whip you around during the rebound, all can be customized in-house when we take this detailed approach. But that sourced rubber is subject to wear and tear from use and exposure to the sun. Officially, every cord is supposed to have a lifetime of 500 jumps. At Jumpin' Heights, we retire them within 350 because we always take the most conservative approach when it comes to your safety. Which is why we've operated over 150,000 jumps since our inception in 2010 absolutely safely, a landmark for adventure tourism in India. The cord snapping accidents that you see online that go viral are most commonly because of the overuse of the rubber cords, something that companies may do to get the most out of their stock and to pinch down on costs. This should be unacceptable. Number three is the jump masters. Each of our jump masters was qualified as a jump master after 5 years of intensive training under experts, not a day less. But what does jump master training really look like? It means the jump operators handle different aspects of the jump process, like the weight checks, the harnessing, the recovery for 5 whole years, observing closely but never actually operating the free fall. The final checks of the harness and the jumps were only ever done by experienced jump masters with prior experience of operating the jumps. Which is why for the longest time we only had foreign jump masters operating the jumps, because only they had the prerequisite number of years and number of jumps to actually handle them. During that period, we were simultaneously training our young Indian boys from Rishikesh until we brought them at par with the best globally. They then take an internal exam set by the jump masters, and only after they pass that are they finally qualified to operate your jumps. We continue to follow these practices because we were taught this from the industry leaders from New Zealand, but this is not seen as a very viable option for a lot of newer companies. So they rush through this process, and horrifyingly, I also know of places that qualify their jump masters within 2 months. And by the way, diluting these standards is not something that just happens in India. So please question the organizations more and please stereotype countries lesser. Thailand is not just safer because it's foreign, and India is not just unsafe because it's home. I encourage you to ask these uncomfortable questions to your adventure facilitator. Of course, they could always lie, but at least they know that they're dealing with an educated breed of adventure enthusiasts who know their adventures. Now, for the next part of the video, can you bungee jump? Now, different places have different protocols about this. Please be honest about abiding by them. They are for your safety. At Jumping Heights, we take the highest precautions. So our age range is between 12 to 45 years and our weight limit is 40 to 110 kgs. You will be prohibited from jumping if you suffer from asthma, osteoporosis, or epilepsy. For women, osteoporosis is a higher probability, particularly after the ages of 45. But with regards to a pregnancy, women can undertake a bungee jump after a year of a C-section or after 6 months of a regular delivery. Any other health condition is usually taken on a per case basis. Like if you've had a ligament tear surgery, you will be prohibited to jump within 2 years of your surgery, but it could be more depending upon the complication. A big red flag is also if you've had any dislocation or fracture, particularly something that compromises your knee or your shoulders. And in case you have any doubt regarding your health, please speak to the crew and leave the judgment to them. And please respect that the final discretion is always with the jump masters. So you need to prepare for your jump. As you can tell from our weight limit, bungee does not exactly require extraordinary fitness or stamina levels. This is more a test of your mind. It is a play of mind over matter, and the fun of it is in the mental warfare that happens at the edge. Which is why this is not a decision that should be taken lightly. I've done a lot from curiosity so far, like scuba diving, skydiving, hang gliding, bungee of course, but now I love being intuitive with my adventures. It's a wonderful feeling to cherry pick the experience that you naturally gravitate towards. That's when you're the most confident because you're wholly aligned to the experience. So not for social media posts, not for friends, not for proving any point. You should choose any adventure when you can own your choice of facing your fears. And that is the only preparation you need to not let the panic take you under. It is the difference between being dragged into the arena to face a battle and walking into the arena with your head held high. Okay, yes, I stole that from Harry Potter, but if the shoe fits, if the harness, no? Okay. What should you wear? Well, anything that you're comfortable wearing while hanging upside down. Be comfortable, wear sporty shoes. Any adventure worth its salt is going to involve some kind of entanglement with nature, so come prepared for that interaction. Like in Rishikesh, we have a 15-minute trek up after the bungee, up to the cafeteria through the hills. Because it's the hills and you can't exactly and you shouldn't want to take the pahad out of the pahadi ilaka. So go prepared to rough it out a little. Wear sports shoes and ditch the fashion jewelry. In most adventures, you will be asked to leave behind any carry-on items on your person like watches, jewelry, slippers, cameras. Yes, cameras as well. Anything that can fall off of you or interfere with your experience. And that brings me to the end of the video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll be happy to address them. But more importantly, if you have ever bungee jumped in your life, I'd love to hear what made you feel absolutely safe and what helped your experience be better. Stay tuned for behind the scenes of all things adventure and have a great week of Jumping Heights.